Well, if you've been watching the channel for the past couple of months, you know that we've been on the road with a bunch of artifacts from World War II in Germany and Belgium. Well, now we are back at our home base in Gettysburg at the Gettysburg Museum of History. I'm back to pointing this camera at myself like a moron in public. And we've got some pretty cool artifacts that we're going to be unboxing today with a buddy of ours from Band of Brothers. Alright, we are getting ready to go inside the Gettysburg Museum of History here and see what's in the mail, but we're not going in this building. What you may or may not know is that this is also now the Gettysburg Museum of History. This is a building that was recently purchased and is going to serve as a space for expansion for all of the stuff that you have been seeing in here in the past few years. This building is not big enough to hold all of the history that is at the Gettysburg Museum of History. So we're going to be expanding out here. Right now it's empty, minus what just came in the mail today. So we're gonna go ahead and dodge in here and link up with Eric and Matt and see what we've got.
A lot of the people on the channel have been asking us to do more unboxing videos. So today we're going to do an unboxing, and we have a special guest here, Mr. Matt Lietch from Band of Brothers. And we're going to start with this. Always have to use my trusty Fallschirmjäger knife for unboxings because they're razor sharp. I always recommend using paratrooper knives. So we're going to open this up and check it out. Oh good, that wasn't too hard to do. Oh my gosh, it looks like we have some extra goodies in here.
I'll just take care of that, thank you very much.
Got some candy, that's always nice.
Crunch, a Klee bar. Alright, let's see what we got.
Yeah. Okay.
Where is this from?
So, well, you might recognize this, that's why you're here. So this is an M42 jacket, reinforced on the pockets, and the elbows. But this is not from World War II. This is actually a prop, and you see that name in there right here.
That's Lipton's.
Yeah.
So that's Donnie Wahlberg's.
Yep. And then it says something about, what's that say there? I don't even know. Band of Brothers.
Yeah, property of Band of Brothers.
Yeah.
Limited.
So in the show, well, in real life, obviously, Lipton gets hit. He gets hit sort of in the groin here, and he's down, and I come running in, and I have a look, and I was like, don't worry, everything's right where it should be. And then in the script it says, oopsie daisy, which I'm not sure whether you hear in the show or not, and I lift him up, Lipton like that, and carry him off. But obviously, Donnie Wahlberg is a big lad, so it kind of went, oopsie daisy. And we didn't go anywhere, so that's why it cuts exactly at that point. But I remember there's lots of pictures of that shot of Donnie leant against the wall heroically, and then the blood here and me just over him. And I put a meme out online saying, "Don't worry, everything's right where it should be. You can go back to grabbing it on stage."
Well, apparently this is not the pair from that would have been episode 3, right? Karantan?
Yes, Karantan. I'm not sure
because
this is the one.
The crotch is still intact on this one, so.
Well, he had several because I did
that's the wrong one.
A lot of times.
I'm getting ahead of myself here. So these.
That's Van Klink.
Okay, yeah. Oh, here we go. So here are the other pants that go with this, and these are Lipton. So yeah, so there'd be several pair. This is obviously not the pair he got hit in. Although, what's that? That almost looks like some some kind of stain. But you may be asking yourself, why do you have prop items? Because normally, the Gettysburg Museum of History is all original items. The reason we got these items is, we're doing a Band of Brothers exhibit with the 10 vignettes, one for each episode, and we're going to do another one on top of that has World War II memory and what it meant to the men of Easy Company. So we're going to have some items such as some of the books, the Band of Brothers books, and some artifacts from writing the book. And we're going to have a few props from the series as well. And so this is my first few items that we got. So we have Lipton's uniform, and we also have this one, also from the series.
Here, pull that up and let me see it.
Oh, sorry. We have this one also from the series, and this is Van Klinken's uniform.
Yeah.
Again, it's the M42. This would have been worn in episode 2 and 3. And it's got a tag on it too. Episode 1, it says, okay, reinforced M42 jacket and trousers. And here's the trousers.
Yeah, Van Klinken was played by a fellow called Ezra Godden. I believe he's wounded in Operation Market Garden, so I think he gets wounded in episode 4. Is it his grand niece, Gary Ann?
Yeah.
Comes on our tours. She's fantastic. She's the resource. You can reach out to Gary Ann or through either of us if you're interested in what happened to Van Klinken.
I want to take a little bit closer look at these prop uniforms. Band of Brothers is widely regarded as one of the most historically accurate productions that's ever been made about World War II, and you can really see that reflected in these uniforms. The props department did really an outstanding job. So here you can see on this 101st Airborne patch how they've weathered it to make it look like it's not a brand new uniform that Lipton or Donnie Wahlberg is putting on. And then again right here you can see where they've got Lipton's name sewed on there, and then also property of Band of Brothers, as we've already mentioned. Now, we've talked about reinforced jump jackets before, but maybe it's worth repeating. So these jump jackets didn't originally come looking like this, but of course these paratroopers are putting the uniforms through a lot of wear and tear, and some of the weak points might be like around these seams and around also the elbows or the knees. So these parachute riggers would get canvas material and then reinforce the pockets, reinforce the knees, reinforce the elbows. Here you can see on this one, they're showing how the bottom has been reinforced, because if this seam gets weak and you have a couple of grenades in there, and maybe there's, you jump over a ditch, or when you land, from a drop or something like that, well, you don't want the contents of this, ripping through those weakened seams and causing you some problems. There you can see the elbows. But yeah, really neat to see this in person.
So I've got Donnie Wahlberg's trousers here, Carl Lipton's trousers, and there was like 2 or 3 of them. We were all given 2 or 3 sets, because obviously you get mucky if you're doing an attack, and then you might have to go and refilm it. For Donnie, he had these ones. These are the trousers here. They were pre-ripped around here, so that I could get in and rip it quickly, obviously, because I don't have the strength to rip these heavy trousers. So they were pre-ripped. I would come in and rip them, and there was a squib, which is a sort of bank of blood here, and he would operate it behind his back like that, so he's pumping blood out as I'm ripping it like this. And then I think we only filmed the scene 2 or 3 times, because then we ran out of trousers.
I have another really interesting item here. It was sent to me by a family member of one of the members of Easy Company. And again, this is going to go into the Band of Brothers memory section. I'm going to open it up here with the trusty Fallschirmjäger knife. Being very careful because I know what's in here. Don't want to see part of this because it has a name on, and I think they would probably like to be anonymous, somewhat. Let me put that in my desk. Oh, and a nice note. I think that'll be okay to show. The other thing was a business card, and I didn't want the address coming out, but.
That's the first copy of the book we got given.
I think this is the first paperback, possibly.
Yeah, we all got given this.
So this is Band of Brothers by Stephen Ambrose, and what's really interesting about this is it's signed by a few people. Let's see who.
Yeah, let me see
who signed it. So it says actors portraying the men of Band of Brothers, Hatfield, England, 7/26/2000. Edward Babe Heffron, Company E. So this is Edward Babe Heffron's actual copy of Band of Brothers. He brought it over to England with him during the filming, and he had a bunch of the actors sign it. And we have Tom Hanks, I can see very easily there.
Ron Livingston.
Yeah, Ron Livingston. Yeah, they wrote their name.
Dexter Fletcher was Johnny Martin.
Yeah.
Oh, there's me. Look at that. Hey!
Oh, who's that guy?
And my handwriting has not improved. Look at that spidery handwriting. Yeah, that's me. Ben Smokey Gordon. That's Jimmy Madio, who played Paconti. That's Scott Grimes's Don Malarkey.
Yep.
That is Robin Lang, he plays Babe Heffron. I feel like he should have got a bigger one, really. And that's Rick Gomez. Look at that, George Luz.
Did you spend a lot of time with Babe Heffron on set?
When he was down there, yes. I spent the most amount of time with Babe Heffron in Paris when we were doing the premiere. We did a premiere at Utah Beach, I believe, and we went down into Carentan, and before that we were a week in Paris, and I sat with Babe Heffron and Bill Garnier for a week in a hotel on the Boulevard Haussmann. And that is all I'm going to say about that. But I needed to check into a clinic afterwards. It's incredible. It's beautiful. And, we all both know the person that sent this.
Yeah.
And thank you very much, because I can say she, is a dear friend of mine anyway. And actually, he signed it himself. Edward Babe Heffron signed it at the back as well.
Oh, wow.
And the family of Babe Heffron's sent me a very nice personal note. I'm not going to read that, but we really appreciate their efforts to keep the memory alive. And she sent this as a donation to the new part of the exhibit. We have Babe Heffron's medals and his jump jacket and several other items. But when she found out we were doing like a Band of Brothers memory part of the exhibit, she decided to send us this, because years ago, when the initial bunch of items came in, she sent me his original first edition that's signed by over 30 of the original men, including, I can't remember if Spears or Winters is on there. One of the two big ones is on there, and then just about everyone else. But this was really neat. I thought it was extra neat because, Babe Heffron was an extra in the movie, and he was over there with Bill Garnier, I believe.
Yeah.
And he appears in one of the episodes as an extra when they're going through Eindhoven, and he's sitting there at a table and
waving about. He's easy to spot because I'm making out with this girl.
That's right.
And then someone comes to tell me off, and it pans over, and there's a littleish guy, I think he's got like a hat on or something, with a little flag, and that's the real Babe Heffron. And we filmed that scene about 3 times, and on the 3rd time he leaned over and he's like, how do you do this for a living? I'd rather be in Bastogne. So he wasn't a happy actor.
Well, anyway, I really appreciate that. Thank you to the family of Babe Heffron and anybody else that has any items that are Band of Brothers memory related or even original items. We're very interested in obtaining them for the new exhibit. And we happen to be filming in the new building right now. So this is probably the first time we've actually filmed over here. So this is the new building. We're gonna turn it into a amazing Easy Company exhibit over here.
We did a meet and greet event yesterday here, and everybody who came, was very excited by it. It is an incredible building. It's going to look amazing, Eric.
Thank you.
Well, hey, that was just pretty dang cool. I'm glad that Matt Lietch happened to be in town so that we could unbox that while he was here and get a few more of his insights. So again, be looking for more details in the future concerning the expansion here at the Gettysburg Museum of History. Got a lot of exciting things on the horizon.